Fiona Volpe.
Fiona Voluptuous.
Volpe? Is that right how you say it? Volpe?
Fiona Volpe.
Volpe is Italian for fox, which is very fitting for that character because one, she's a redhead, like a fox.
Exact, yeah.
Two, she's a hunter. You see her, she kills several people in this film or tries to or is hunting for Bond.
Don't let her make so much noise. Use the chloroform.
And
three,
she's crazy, like a fox.
Like a fox. But she also the great sex scene with the bars, and it's like I'm wild like a cage animal.
Yeah.
Or whatever she says.
Yeah.
That whole scene.
You should be in a cage.
Yes. That whole scene it's very much on the nose. She is, a fox.
Bond never says, "My name is Bond. James Bond." He never says that in this movie. But Fiona, when they're laying in bed, she says...
Do you like wild things, Mr. Bond, James Bond?
She calls him Mr. Bond, James Bond. And I don't know if that's just because, clearly she read a Spectre dossier on him.
And he's like, he always introduces himself like this. We don't know why.
But they clearly know about each other. Like, he sees the Spectre ring, and apparently everybody in Spectre knows about Bond, but they can't do a goddamn thing about it.
Because he is Bond, and as an enemy of Spectre, should be killed.
But she calls him Mr. Bond, James Bond, and I was like, that's the most self-referential it has been so far. Right?
Yeah,
that's
but I will say this.
It's been a little meta.
I also want to add something because I mentioned it last time, and I said this whole thing with Pussy Galore turning good at the end of the film is going to come back in the next film. This is the scene I was talking about. Charlie, it might be one of your favorite lines in the film.
My dear girl, don't flatter yourself. What I did this evening was for king and country. You don't think it gave me any pleasure, do you?
What I did this evening was for king and country.
Always.
And I always feel like every time I watch that scene, I'm always like, no, that's the writers literally being like, oh, well, like Bond f***ed a girl into being a good guy, and like now he doesn't, he tried, it didn't work. Let's point that out.
So she's the anti-Pussy Galore.
Yeah.
James Bond, who only has to make love to a woman, and she starts to hear heavenly choir singing. She repents and immediately returns to the side of right and virtue. But not this one.
She was such a great addition because she was the smarter villain of the two in the fact that she was like, I know his weakness. It's me.
Yeah.
I'm his goddamn weakness.
That's true.
I'm going to show up looking sexy in a bathtub, tits out.
When the time is right, he will be killed.
I will kill him when it's convenient.
She's one of my favorite additions to this movie. And like one of the reasons I would say this movie has a plus on Dr. No is that I like her character throughout. She even like tells Largo, no, we can't kill him now because if we kill him now, like their agents are going to know.
If Bond had died last night as a result of your hastiness, his government would have known for certain the bombs are here.
So we can't kill him now, but we'll kill him then.
Let's talk about Largo then, because you're totally right so far as Largo is an idiot. He's a stupid asshole. Fiona is so much smarter than Largo. She should have been the baddie that lasted longer, and Largo should have died sooner.
Yeah.
Largo only continues to show how stupid he is throughout the movie, and that he should not be number two. He should have been the guy that was fried in the chair right away. Largo got in with a NATO pilot. He's the one who got in with Derval by way of Domino.
Where did you meet him?
In Capri. I was there with my brother, Francois.
He set up that connection, right? He sold out Derval to Lippy and to Fiona and set all that thing in motion. He should have immediately killed Domino. Domino is a loose end. She should have been thrown into the shark pool immediately, right? Instead, he keeps her around, and she is the only thing linking all of them to Derval, literally by blood. So he's an idiot for not killing her right away. And then when Bond shows up and just starts kind of poking his nose into everything, Largo's, his ego is like, well, I should just kill this guy. Even though killing Bond or killing anybody looking into this atomic bomb question, if they're an agent and they're killed, that immediately flags like, hey, send everybody to Nassau. There's probably something going on in Nassau. Again, like we talked about in the last 3 episodes, every bad guy keeps Bond alive for a specific reason. They all had their own reasons, but they kept them alive. Largo wasn't as smart as Goldfinger to figure out, hey, I should just kidnap Bond, or I should just detain him otherwise, or force him to tell his superiors, like, oh yeah, everything's fine in Nassau. Instead, he has the most half-assed assassin ever go sit in Bond's shower and wait for Bond to come in, and Bond easily bests him. And then when half-assed assassin guy goes to tell Largo, Largo's like, "You idiot."
You let him get the better of you.
Largo's the fucking idiot. He's the dumbass for trying to kill Bond in the first place and sending the shittiest assassin possible. What should have happened instead, to make Largo look not so fucking stupid, is to have given those lines of Fiona's over to Largo and had Vargas or some other lieutenant of his go try to kill Bond or have a run-in with Bond that would lead to scraps or something where, like, you know, they almost fight to the death. And then that scene, Largo would be like, "You idiot, if you kill Bond, you're just going to send in the authorities," and then punish that bad guy by throwing him into the shark pool. And Largo isn't as much of a fucking dumbass.